वाहेगुरु 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 वाहेगुरु.
Somebody asked a question asked about karma. What they said is, look, if I do an action, then will I reap the consequence of that action regardless of what I do? And this is an interesting point because there was a story once, and Bhai Mani Singh in his book Sikhandi Bhagat Mala talks about this same question. And some Sikhs come to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj and they ask him about karma. How does it work? Is it simply a mathematical adding up of all the good we've done, all the bad we've done, and it's minus off? And the example that's given there, which somebody sent to me, is that actually there are three types of people in this world, yeah? Like in the normal world. There are some, so if imagine a kingdom and there was three types of citizens. The first type of citizen, they pay their taxes, regardless of, how much they earn, they just pay their taxes. The second kind of citizen, they don't pay taxes, but they do so much for the king that the king says, your taxes are maaf, yeah? But they still collect taxes, but they still have to do a lot in order to be forgiven their taxes. And then there's a third type of people that actually work for the king. So they don't pay any taxes, they get paid by the king, but they just work for the king. All they do ever is working for the king, and they not only do they not pay, but they get paid by him. And Guruji uses example to tell the Sikhs about what kind of Sikhs there are in the world. So there's those types of Sikhs who are not really interested in Sikhi spirituality. They just go to Gurdwara. You've seen people like this, they say, I want to be a nice person, they help out. And the actions that they do, they count up, and then they'll get accounted for those actions, good or bad. And they will be, the lekha that they will write up, it will get judged. Now, there's other types of Sikhs that will give their head to the Guru, and they will live a life of Sikhi. Because they live a life of Sikhi, they do Path, Simran, Kirtan, they actually want to do Sikhi, then they will get blessed in the sense that their lekha will not get counted. Yeah, their good and bad stuff kind of doesn't get counted, but they do a lot of work for the king, and so they're blessed to do that. And then there's the Mahapurukhs, the highly blessed souls, who not only do they don't come inside the counting, but they are paid by Maharaj. They just all they are inside them is they're trying to merge with God, and they get to a very high level. And because of that high level, they get paid by him, as in Naam. They don't have to do anything to be counted. Their inside is so pure that they're blessed by him. And actually that makes sense, that if you do one action, it doesn't always reflect you on the same way. Like, for example, if somebody's a repeat offender, yeah, or a first-time offender, they get paid differently. Yeah, so a repeat offender gets a bigger fine or a bigger punishment than somebody who does it the first time. Yeah, and the world is like that. It's not just simply karma. It's not simply totting up things. So for us, Sikhi involves both karma, the actions that we do, and the consequence of those, but also kirpa, so God's grace. So it's not purely science of karma, and it's not purely kirpa, because we have to act to earn kirpa. The Christians have the concept that grace is something you can't earn. It's given by God and you can't affect it in any way. But Maharaj says that's not true. Maharaj says you can earn kirpa, because it says right at the beginning of Japji Sahib, Maharaj says, Pher ke age rakhiye, chidde se darbar, moho ke boran boli, sun tare pyar. What can I place in front of you that you will bless me, that I will see your door? And Maharaj says, wake up in the morning, do Naam, and do the vichar of the greatness of God. Think about the greatness of God, which is basically Bani. Bani is Vadiyai vichar, and Naam Japana is Sachanao. So say God's name and read Path is basically Guru Nanak Dev Ji telling us to do first thing in the morning. And that is how we earn kirpa. Yeah, Naam Japana, Kirt Karni, and Path, all the stuff that we know Sikhi is about. That's how we earn kirpa. So kirpa is not just magical, we have to work towards it. At the same time, karma is not just scientific, kirpa can cancel it out.